His architectural achievements and style aren't just transforming the country. Some Chinese architects are also influencing how the world is looking at architecture. And that is especially true for a new museum that's being built in Chicago. Our Roza Kazan spoke to Ma Yansong and asked about his new type of architecture.
When the creator of Star Wars and Indiana Jones filmmaker George Lucas announces he's building a museum, you might expect something unusual, and you would be right. This is what the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art will look like, according to the initial conceptual designs unveiled in Chicago on Monday.
So the main building will be here.
And this is the man behind it, 39-year-old architect from China, Ma Yansong, who's won international acclaim for museums in China and the curvaceous Absolute Towers near Toronto.
I feel very lucky and very exciting. George Lucas is a very creative person, and this museum will be a great cultural asset to the city of Chicago.
Ma calls it a new type of architecture, rising up like sci-fi fantasy from what is now a parking lot. The 7-story building will blur the line, Ma says, between structure and nature.
I think the museum is more about emotional reaction to the time, to the content that's showing in the museum. We want to create a space that people can think about land, think about the sky.
The building will feature a circular observation deck, and the location supporters say couldn't be better, along Chicago's prized lakefront. Although right now this site is just 2 giant parking lots and there's not much greenery around, advocates for open space in Chicago still oppose building the museum in this specific location. Cassandra Francis of Friends of the Parks calls it a land-eating colossus, an intrusion on the lakefront that she says should stay clear and open.
It would be the start of a slippery slope that would possibly open up the entire lakefront to shoreline sprawl.
But Ma believes he's bringing 21st century architecture to the city he came to for an internship as a Yale graduate student 14 years ago.
It's a city open to the new ideas. We feel very happy that today we have this opportunity to create something new for the city.
As a Chinese architect chosen to envision a cultural landmark in the United States, Ma hopes the city that once inspired him will come to love his new design. Roza Kazan, CCTV, Chicago.